accept it. But not for an East.
Vivian, a region with about 7 major ethnic groups or 7. Okay, you see, I don't want to use Akan. I want to use different groups, ethnic group. Achim, Ekwapim, Kwewu, Krobo, Ebe.
Bernard, you see, you know the reason I was making the point. As far back as 2010, right?
Yeah.
The population and housing census showed that 51% of the folks there are Akan.
Yes.
Right? Then you have Ebao, making 18%. Then you have the Guans, making 5.3%. And then the Gandangbe, 17%.
So Gandangbes and Eves together are 35%.
That's at 2010.
Yeah, because 17 plus 8 is 35. So you have Gandangbes who are Krobos and Eves together is 35% of the region. So how is that a stronghold?
Hold on, that's 2010.
Yeah.
As of 2021,
the
Akan group came up to what? 1.5 million. I don't have the absolute percentages here. The Gandangbe, 528,000. The Ever group, 497,000.
So 900K.
And then the Guans.
So they even close the gap.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, you are supporting my point.
No. So the point I'm making is that if you look at it, the traditional base of the party in the region, and if we take it that the flag bearer coming from there carries some weight, right? If they carry some weight, it should not be as light as it is.
Akan, the analysis you're making
is not a voting group.
I get you.
The concept Akan is not
a voting bloc.
Because the Akans in Burkina Faso, so in Cote d'Ivoire, Fantis are Akans.
Yes.
But they don't vote in that Akan pattern. So my point is that if your Akan population
depends on where.
If your Akan population is 51% of a region, that region cannot say that they have rejected a candidate because the 51% is not even a large majority. You said Gandangbes are 17, Ewes are 18, so that's 35%.
Yes.
Of a region. And if you add Guans, that's 40.
Yes. But the Akan stock is almost close to the Guans.
But they are not like Ashanti where they are one people.
No, I understand that.
Eastern region's only problem is that I don't think Eastern region has the capacity.
No, they have by failing to turn out for.
What would they do? They turned out to vote for Mahama. They turned out.
No.
Look at the numbers.
51%.
Okay. 47%. So Bawumia, Makuvado had 52 in 2020.
Yes.
Bawumia had 535. Mahama had 470. He jumped to 494. So he's gone up by 24K.
So
and this guy has reduced by over 180K.
That's a lot of numbers.
No, but how do you know who they are? Whether they are. This is the thing. We shouldn't assume that if somebody votes for MPP, it means an MPP voter.
No.
Somebody can vote for MPP in an election and vote for somebody else.
We agree that as a rule, they have 45-45 split.
Yeah.
Right? If that rule is anything to go by, then you assume that at least 45% thereabout of the people turning out to vote will vote NDC or MPP. Is that correct?
You need to repeat that. I didn't go to Oxford.
We assume that as a general rule, we have 45% block for MPP, 45% block.
I think it's 40-40, it's not 45.
Well, I mean, even if we say 40,
based on what we are seeing, it's 40-40, it's not 45.
Historically, if you average it, I'm sure you will come to 45.
It's 40-40.
No, if we average,
it's 40-40.
Okay, if you say so.
Yes.
But the point I'm making is that if we make that assumption, then what it means is 40-40. Then there is 20.
That is in
the middle. That will swing it one way or the other.
Yeah.
Exactly. What I'm saying is that if you look at it that way, then you assume that at least 40% of the people turning out to vote will most likely vote in a certain way. Now the question is, why would the Eastern region have a certain behavior, at least for Nanado, in the last 3 or 2 elections? And then on all of those occasions, you had Bawumia on the ticket. Then when Bawumia is presented as the face of the party, first of all, you did not see the kind of aggression you would ordinarily see Nanado do. On campaigns. Of course, I mean, what level of aggression did we see in his
but he was campaigning every day.
Nanado came on late.
Charlie.
Are you sure they didn't want him to campaign?
Well, that's another matter. That's another matter.
But if you put it that way, from the point you're making and the points guy is making, you see, what basically the MPP set up Bawumia to fail.
That's what it would seem.
I think it's too early for that.
No, it's not. Look. Hold on. You've just described the Eastern region.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The MPP's assumption was that Eastern region was a stronghold.
Yeah.
On the numbers.
What you described
if
is
you
not...
talk to NDC people,
Hold
even
on.
for us, they said Eastern, they mean Eastern Pass.
Yeah, I know. But hold
They
on.
mean Eastern for
I'm just
long.
saying, your normal assumption for an MPP person is that Eastern is a stronghold. Generally speaking. Right? So, you have Northern extraction.
Yeah.
You have a vice of Ashanti extraction
Yeah.
on the ticket. With the assumption that Eastern is a given because the incumbent is from there.
Yeah.
So they'll say thank you. What kind of work do you put in? And the analysis you have given me indicates that nobody should ever consider himself a favorite in the Eastern region because it's very diverse.
It's very diverse.
Yeah.
So if, for example,
For example,
they
who
said
did the testing?
they said Brian Champo is a strong man in Eastern region. There are about 5 Kwewu constituencies.
Yes.
Abetife, Nkoko itself, Mpraeso, and then a couple. If you look, to be fair, the Eastern region behaved. Look at the deep green patches.
Yes,
All
we can see that. Abetife is there.
Mpraeso, Nkoko. They did their work. Etiwa East is Achim. Fantiakwa North, NDC takes it. Atiwa West.
Atiwa West.
Ebrim. So Ebrim is crossover. All right. Kede.
Deep blue.
Now we are in Achim territory. Akwetia, then Chembo. Lower West Akim and Upper West Akim. You can't even say because there are a lot of areas there.
And you see,
Ayesiano for 2 consecutive elections. NDC had something to say there. Suhum light blue.
Suhum was in contention.
So Ekwapim areas. So Ebuakwa South. So if you want to be even very honest.
Look at even the Achim areas.
Wait.
Generally.
The Achim places have actually done the work. Let me show you something.
Have they?
Look at this. All these deep blues, they are Achim constituencies.
Yes.
Now take the ones that didn't show up. Okay, Ebuakwa South is the only one.
Ebuakwa South. Did you just add Ebuakwa South?
Yes.
Hold on.
Ebuakwa South is the light blue.
Yeah.
Well, how can the candidates,
for
the
hometown,
former candidates, home region,
hometown,
home constituency,
go to become a light?
Wait, but I'm
where
saying that
the man served on 3 different consecutive occasions.
It's light blue.
Bernard.
So let's continue. So the Kwewu and the Achim places have done their deep blue. Let's look at the place that NDC had something to say, apart from the regular Krobok areas. It's actually the Kwapim areas, Upper West Akim, Ayensuano, Suhum, Ekwapim South, Okre, Ekwapim, Nisama Madreji, we don't have the results.
Go back to Okre.
Okre.
So you see, Okre, that is the home of Danboche.
Okre is a border constituency between Guan, Latte, Omanis.
That's okay.
Okre is not. It's near. Okre is mixed.
Yes,
It's a mixed bag.
But estimate personalities then if we are to make.
Okay, look at Koferi. Okay, see. So this is what I'm basically saying. The Ekwapim places themselves. NDC is even winning MPship in the Ekwapim South. I mean, Ekwapim South.
Yeah.
NDC is winning parliamentary seat there with somebody nobody even knows.
Yeah.
Or at least you and I don't know.
Yeah, those factors we can account for.
Show me the presidential. Did the MPP also, the NDC also win the presidential for Nsawam Adwejiri?
They didn't finish counting. It's contentious.
Okay.
So look,
Even the presidential.
the majority chief whip is fighting for political survival in Nsawam Adwejiri.
Yes.
Where are your Ekwapim constituencies? Ekwapim South, Ekwapim North, Nsawam Adwejiri, and then possibly Suhum. You know so. And Sami Oku, the spokesperson or one of the key guys for Bawumia is in Ekwapim North.
So is Dennis Miracle Sabuaji is from Ekwapim North.
NDC is winning Ebri.
Yeah.
And is doing Chempe in Sawem. And Suhum, independent candidate comes in, it's 3-way. So if you are saying that somebody didn't show up for Bawumia, it's not.
Bernard, what is clear from the 2 hours and a half hours we have spent here? If the MPP is watching, then they should be very careful.
No, wait, let's
with the candidates they will bring, easy, because I don't think they considered a lot of things
In their calculation.
in the calculations of, and I'm sitting on that horse and I'm singing that song of bringing Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as their flag bearer.
But he will not. You see, let me even go to.
No, you see, because if so,
Yeah.
if so, you would have brought there would have been attachment to him that ties down Ashanti and Eastern clearly for him, because again the thinking is stronghold.
Yep.
The breakdown you've given us indicates that on the face of it, it's not really what you would call a stronghold in name. We've seen strongholds and what they
Let
look
me
like.
give you a counter argument.
Okay.
In our Fourth Republic, presidents tend to get popular in
As
their
they-
second term, except Akufo-Addo. Every president in their first re-election bid, they do better than their first bid. So, for example, Kufuor, 2000, he won with a second round. 2004, he won comfortably. Okay. Mills comes in 2008, marginal victory. Essentially, he dies 3 months to an election.
6 months.
6 months. Mahama comes and beats a Mills. He wins by a better margin. Akufo-Addo comes in 2016 and wins
Big.
handsomely. So you'd have expected that trend should mean that his second term should be better. In the second term, NDC halves it. So I'm saying that the candidate is a problem himself. So he's back the trend. He's the only person whose second term is worse than his first.
Yeah, but you
That's
also
number one. Then number two, you have now a Mahama who's used 8 years of opposition to form a coalition on the basis of the issues Akufo-Addo has created. So I'm saying that this election was a lot about Akufo-Addo as it was about Bawumia. All right, so Godfrey's argument about Bawumia not being tested. In Ghana, again, Mills, 2000, you try him, he loses. 2004, you try him, he loses. Then 2008, he wins. Akufo-Addo, you try him 2008, he loses. 2012, he loses. 2016, he wins. So again, the trend shows that in Ghana, the more they bring you, do you understand? When they came, Kufuor, 96, he came, he didn't sit up. 2000, he won. So in Ghana, the trend is that when the guy is going out, he gets more popular. But Akufo-Addo is different. He's getting worse. And when they bring you first, you start getting more popular until you
After.
you get. But because this election is such a big shocker and strange blowout kind of election, maybe all trends are over.
Yeah,
Where
but
you may be-
but the reason why I'm saying this is, and I go back to your graph, Bawumia has been a presence since 2008.
Yes.
So if you say new, yes, new as flag bearer,
Okay.
but as a national presence,
He's been there.
he's been
Yeah.
around for a very, very long time. So to have that level of national visibility since 2008 and put up this kind of performance, again, I ask, who checked?
Yeah, but you see, Bernard, that's why I was making the point that, look, if indeed the people who were leading the effort for Bawumia in Dambocho's constituency, Dambocho, he's supposed to be close to he's almost a leader of some kind of the campaign, right? His constituency, look, check the history.
Okay.
Yeah, Okre constituency. Check the history.
But was he campaigning?
So that they asked whether
you
he
want to
was-
see Okre's performance?
yes.
He wasn't campaigning?
We don't even know if he was very active in the campaign. But did you see him anywhere? He probably wasn't well. I don't know.
From what I'm told, Boakye Jakun was on the ground in the eastern region.
Are you sure?
Wache Jako.
Have you seen the statement he issued?
Oh,
last week, this week.
Unless
This is-
my good friend
this is Okre.
informed
This is
me.
Okre.
Okre has been a cool 60-something with a
And
high of 67
and dropped
now 55.
to 55.
Aloski, I think.
But why are you blaming? So
No, you see,
He said that people didn't work.
that is what he was
Is it,
saying.
is
The
it because they
people-
thought they had gotten that?
voters want to vote
it
for
was a
Mahama. What
done
have
deal?
didn't work? What work? What work should they do?
Bernard, the man in his own home constituency. You can check the performance that he himself put up there. Right?
Wale.
Yeah, Wale. You can check the performance he put up there.
So I should move.
In
I should,
Nanado's
check Wale,
backyard.
let's see.
Sky, what are you saying?
No, let's look at Wale Wale.
Let's check Wale Wale.
What Sky is saying.
Sky is
If
Sky is
what
worrying
Sky
me.
is saying comes true in Wale Wale, there's a problem.
I don't even know what Sky is saying. Let me try. So he said Wale has now what?
Not is it? Is this
That's
about
northeast.
northeast? Yes.
He said Wale Wale.
Find Wale Wale for us.
What has
Wale
Wale Wale done?
If Wale
Aloski, better pray.
No, Wale, he did okay.
Did
He wants. Sky wants me to do the Wale.
Standing on this
Have you found it?
presidential.
It's coming.
So you added 9,000.
He did okay.
No, well, it's a trend. We
7,000.
I don't know what's happening here. I'll get it for
It's
you.
not coming.
You know, because you took me so far, I'm confused. The map is being confused. Yes, yeah, I've researched. Yeah, this guy is always bringing confusion.
It's okay.
So northeast.
Northeast.
No, sorry, northeast. This is Wale.
Look at how.
Wait, no, don't talk yet. Wait.
Okay.
Do historical. Before you
Historical,
talk.
good.
All right. So, yeah, you're right.
Look at the man's, you see,
53 to 61.
can you imagine?
They turned up for him.
Yes, they turned up for him. Now you had people who ordinarily were told, because Damboche is close to the campaigner. We have come in, forgive me if
You keep
something,
mentioning his name.
something, and then also maybe for some reason he was not on the ground. But Okra is looking really light historically. Ebuakwa South constituency, Nanado's constituency, Atachian's constituency. I mean,
Sky,
there should be some
you see,
questions to be answered there.
I've picked the 3 Mampurugu constituencies, and Bawumia is doing well. But if you add this, that, and that, even though he still wins, it's just 10. When I take these out, these 3 out, the
He's
gap
fine.
is
He's
18% gap, which is like stronghold level.
Yeah,
but when
that's
you add,
good.
It's okay.
there's 3 neighbors, so 1, 2, 3. It's just 10%. It's very
That one, I'm sure you can explain it.
Oh yeah, of course.
So I'm trying to say that the thing there, Charlie, region is not. Where am I? I'm even confused now.
You are in the Eastern region.
Yes. So what's the concluding mark for Eastern region?
I'm saying that when you come from Georgia
Yes.
and you are in a race or you are leading an effort there, it should mean something. If I come from Ketu South
Yes.
or Keta and I'm associated with a particular campaign, it should mean something. Just as you had Danado coming from Ebuakwa South, and the thing is looking light, it raises all kinds of
Well,
questions.
let's end with the. Vivian, where should I go next? Parliamentary? No, we haven't done Volta, OT.
We
and
do
Ashanti.
Volta,
Let's do
OT,
Volta.
then we end with Ashanti.
Okay, so Volta. So, they are looking for somebody to
That's
blame.
the elephant in the room.
No, Volta was.
No,
Volta is always deep green.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's nothing.
And I just want to see the historical,
Sorry,
just to
just
give it
wrap up.
to check the. Let me do heat map first. So it's still deep green. Historical analysis for Volta. Where are we? Well,
Bring it
Rawlings.
back up.
Nobody has done Rawlings 95 in 96. He had 94.5%. Second best Volta in 2012, 91 Mahama. So even this is 89.
Yeah.
So Mahama's 2012 was much better, but 89 is okay. It's 90 because all these are below 90. So you can say 89.69 is 90.
Yeah.
So Volta did what he had to do.
But the
the
MP
margin is almost 500k.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this is the Greater Accra's margin for Mahama is more than Volta's margin.
Yeah, that's
Greater Accra gave me
true.
573,000. Now let me add OT and C, or let me do OT separately first and then see whether there's anything to read about OT before I add Volta to it. So OT, 95k margin. Do I have a heat map there? Yes. So OT again, historically the highest was 68% in 2008 runoff, 67. So they've done very well. Add Volta to OT and see what gap you get for the raw numbers. If you add Volta to OT, 588. Guys, look at this. Greater Accra was 573 for Mahama gap. Volta and OT together is the same, 588. So Greater Accra has been so greened that it's behaving like Volta.
It's Volta and OT together.
Who would have ever thought that Greater Accra region, of course,
Yeah.
the population is big.
Yeah.
But again, look at the percentage, 83, so that's much higher. Because in Greater Accra, Mahama had 63. Okay, so which is always important to use percentage and not just raw numbers. 83% in Volta, but 63 in Greater Accra.
Yeah.
But for a gap, 588 and 573.
573.
You know when we started this show, you did an Ashanti show where Ashanti swallowed up everybody. I'm going to do that again, and Ashanti will not do anything this time around.
Yeah.
Show me.
So one of the best shows we
I think it
did
was like 500.
was when we said that in previous elections, how many regions do you need to take to close an Ashanti gap of 1
I
million?
remember that
yeah,
show.
yeah.
Good. I think 2016 was crazy. You
Yeah.
needed so many.
So many
So many
regions,
regions,
yes.
almost every
Well,
region.
2024 is not like that. So let's take Ashanti. 47 constituencies declared Hafuano North is not part. Everybody else is there. Oh, Charlie. All right, everybody else is there. So far, NDC has won presidential. The usual suspects, Seshafran Plains, they took it. They took Ejura Sechejumase. They added Ofinso North, which they only had one in 2012. They've added Ofinso North. Guys, they've added two of their Hafuano Southeast, Hafuano Southwest. All right? Forgive me. I'm going to come back. Just give me a minute. So, the Ashanti performance of NDC itself, even before going to the numbers, is interesting, right? They've won so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up there, and they've won 2 here. Yeah. Who are these 2? New DBRC, they usually do.
That's normal.
And they've added a Krofum.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Parliamentary wise, which we'll do later. So that's the first big story. Then as someone say, so NDC has won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So MPP is already on 30 something. Because usually NDC will do 4 or 5, 4, 3.
Generally 3.
Yeah. So they've taken a Krofum. Parliamentary, we are told they've even taken Adansia Sokwa. You've added the Afano, you've added 2 of the Afanos. Offensive North is back there. Then you have, by the way, these are all fringe Ashanti areas. Now, this is the big story. 600,000. Mahama's trend, he's never gone above 30 in Ashanti. Dude is doing 33. All right, so let's do historical for Ashanti. All right, check it out. The best NDC in Ashanti was Rawlings, 32.7. Everybody else, 21, 20, 26 in 2008, 28 in 2012, best 23. So does this view that NDC needs to do about 25? 26.4, 2020. 33.46.
Yeah.
Right? Again, voter numbers. 653K has gone to 699K. So that's basically 46,000 more voters. So this is what the people are saying from Bawumia's side. From 1.7 million to 1.3 million.
Major dip.
So that's just a 400K
Dip. That's significant.
right? But
Almost 500,000.
even if you give him those 400,000 here, he still loses the national election.
Yeah, that's
So if he still gets the votes that turn up for Akufo-Addo,
regularly.
and you add it to his vote, because of Greater Accra, Western, everywhere
the dip
else. So
everywhere
the
else.
point is, even to blame Ashanti is not fair because they just did 400 dip. Somebody moved from 73K plus in Greater to 573K plus.
Which is where...
So you can't blame Ashanti people for
No, you see, I think Ashanti needs to turn up, and then we should
up
expect
where?
that all the others
Would
will
also
be
turn up, and the complement
Exactly. You
Ashanti.
see, you should be able to perform very well in your stronghold,
Yeah.
and hope that you perform in a certain, like in an encouraging way,
From
in
the others.
in the strongholds of
Yeah.
your opponent. And once you don't do that, you are in trouble.
out.
We saw that with the analysis in terms of the performance of Trump in the U.S., where you would ordinarily expect that he would perform well, he performed. And then in these areas where the opposition should ordinarily be very heavy,
strong.
he took votes away.
Pockets
That's
of
what we
it,
see.
yeah.
And then, Bernard, let me just add this to the conversation. You see, when you look at the Greater Accra numbers, right,
yeah.
we're told that 39% of the population belong to the Akan stock, right? The Gadangbe, 29%. The Vao, 18%. The Gans form the largest single sub-ethnic grouping, accounting for 18.9%. Now, Christians constitute the largest religious group, 83.0%, followed by Muslims, 10.2%, and people who profess no religion, 4.6%. And adherents to traditional religion making 1.4%. How could that have played out and how the region behaved?
I can try and answer that with some data.
Okay.
So whilst you talk, let me get the data.
But I want to look at the Ashanti region, and again, like I said, I'm sitting on that horse, I'm singing that song. I am very clear in my mind that now, with what Bernard has shown me, the insight Bernard has given me, I can safely say the NPP brought the wrong candidate. Now, if I look at the Ashanti region, I don't recall the last time a presidential candidate of the NPP spent 17 days straight in the region
Yeah.
campaigning, leaves,
Go back.
then goes back to spend an extra 6 days in that region, in the Ashanti region. and still ends up losing votes. Now, that alone should have informed us that there was a problem.
Yeah, but
Because they were trying to raise numbers.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I'm looking at Akrofo, for instance.
yeah,
Since 1996,
yeah,
NDC has not done anything there.
yeah.
They win. It's not a matter of skirt and blouse. They won on both sides.
Yeah, but Godfred, a number of friends from that part of the country and who just returned tell me that, look, the people are angry because
Yes.
Is it Uko Kumasia Futu Nkwa?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like they attempted
The people
to
feel
do
their
some-
votes have been
Exactly.
taken for
Yeah.
granted.
Yeah.
So they either turned up to vote against the candidate or did
Or
not
not
show
show
up.
up. Yeah.
Yes.
So that you should not be surprised when John Dramani Mahama is making 33.46% of the votes. So it mean yes, I mean there are issues with the candidature of Dr. Bawumia. The fact that he's a Muslim is also another matter. People are running away from the matter, but it is a serious
You
consideration
think
for many people.
people refuse to give him the green card because he's
course.
Muslim?
We haven't even.
Of course, you hear at least you hear friends tell you that.
Well,
If friends are telling you, it means that something is happening.
I'm saying that. It's
Yeah,
just
but
a
that-
week, so it's a bit early.
No, it's not.
I want to. No, I want to say
We are running
No,
away from-
no. Wait. I want to show you.
Yes. Whilst you work on that, you know,
Go ahead, go ahead.
Sky's argument is not far-fetched. This was the first time we had somebody from a minority region in this Fourth Republic being on the ballot as flag bearer of one of the major political parties, you know, in the country. And unless you say you don't know the thinking of Ghanaians, we've always been either ethnic or religious.
Religious, yeah.
Are you sure?
Oh, yes.
We've never tested religion at the polls. We've
Well-
never tested religion at the polls.
Well,
and
it-
one
the- the MPP would have, hold on.
One round is not enough.
Bernard,
to conclude.
I understand, but the
I
MPP,
understand.
which is why I'm saying, hold on,
They
the
never tested it.
MPP would have had to be wide-eyed optimists to assume that they had a candidate who was going to overcome 70% of the populace
Yes.
who worship in a certain
Yeah.
way.
You can't hide away from that.
And if we take a look at, if we isolate the Zongo votes as well,
We did that the last time.
yes, we will see
Yeah.
that perhaps you had a candidate then who was caught in a cultural and social dilemma,
Exactly.
whether to be Christian or whether to be Muslim. He goes here, he offends. He goes here, he offends.
And the opposition
And
Yeah.
whips
so
up
he
the
lost the ability to be himself.
Yeah.
Today he's in church, he's Boys Brigade Methodist. Tomorrow he's Pentecostal. The following day he's back at the mosque. And let's not pretend as if we did not know that there was disapproval from senior quarters of his religion.
His side, yeah,
Who,
in going to the
who
churches,
spoke and
yeah.
said that, look, we understand the fact that you have to campaign,
Yeah.
but stick up for your religion.
Yeah.
All right, I wanted to show you guys something.
and you know, Bernard,
there are a lot of disadvantages
Bernard is
to
running away
this
from
thing.
that.
No, I wanted to show you some data.
And let me tell you something. You see, it's
Show me.
interesting because the only other person who came close or people suspected was a Muslim, but was not actually seen confessing the same publicly was Hilal Liman. And he, according to the historical records, did not even say whether he was a Muslim or
Yeah,
he was a
he
Christian.
did not declare his religion.
I can do something for
Hilal
you.
Liman did not declare his religion.
I can do
officially.
a Zongo vote analysis I did with Vivian that night, where I picked the 5 constituencies in Greater Accra with Zongos. But the reason it's not complete is that we need to add the Kumasi Zongos and the Eastern Zongos. They are
Zongos,
lost.
yes.
But if you do Greater
Those are
Accra
big.
Zongo, he lost.
Yes.
But because he lost the overall Greater Accra, it's not enough. So if you like, give me
Time to
a
do
few
the
days.
yes, we'll
I will
that.
do a Zongo analysis for you where I will add, because Kofredi has Eastern has Zongos.
It has a big
Every
zongo.
town
Ashanti
has a
Yes,
has
so my point is
Some
that,
are big.
but I wanted to say something.
Hohoi has a zongo.
Yes, every town in
So
this
Vivian,
area.
you know the question is, which region? Sky was talking about Eastern. Bawumia's worst performance for a region, percentage-wise, who can guess?
Worst performance percentage wise.
In terms of 2020, 2024 variance. So what I'm saying is that if 2020 is our base, which region's numbers did he do worst compared to his 2020 performance?
2020.
Akufo-Addo? And then who is Mahama's best? So let me start with Godfred. Let's do a quiz. So
I'll feel. Let me see this.
Give me what you think are Bawumia's worst 3 and Mahama's best 3. And then I'll show you from the data.
The best 3
for Mahama.
Best 3 for Mahama.
And this is
best
percentage.
3 for-
So basically, I'm saying that if you look at 2020,
I'll pick Ashanti.
wait,
best or
let me
worst?
explain the question well.
Best.
2020. If you compare 2024, where did Mahama do
well.
comparison percentage-wise? Which region?
Greater Accra.
With top 3.
Yes.
And then which is Bawumia's West 3.
I'll talk about Ashanti for Mahama.
You say Mahama is Ashanti, for
Ashanti,
you?
I'll talk about Greater Accra. And then I'll talk about Volta.
For you. So you said Mahama's best 3 is Ashanti, Greater
Greater
Accra, and Volta.
Ashanti
Volta.
and Volta.
What about you?
Mahama, Greater, Central, and Ashanti.
I've made it more than
Okay. No, it's true.
3.
Ashanti.
Greater,
Okay.
Ashanti,
Go for it. Which is
and
Mahama's
Central.
best 3?
Oh, Volta, Western, Greater Accra.
But you are what you wanted to.
I'm coming to, no, nobody has that information.
Nobody has that. We are looking
Now,
at my graph.
my friends at Finance Skills have done a very good analysis.
What did it show me?
Where they are comparing, I don't know if Jude has it, you can put it up. But before he puts it up, let me take your West Bawumia 3. Or should we deal with the best first?
Do
I
the
think
best.
that's the
Then
best.
we
So Sky
see our
said
level.
Mahama's best 3 when you compare 2020 to 2024 is Ashanti, Eastern, and what? Volta.
Volta.
Vivian
Did I mention
says
Eastern?
no. You said Ashanti, Greater Accra, and Volta.
Yes.
And then you said Greater Accra, Central, and Ashanti. And then you said Volta, Central, and Greater Accra. Mahama
Western.
and Western.
Yes.
Mahama's best when you compare 2020 is Bono.
Okay.
He had a 16% increase in
Hike
votes
there.
in Bono. His second best is Ahafu. Ahafu 12%. And his third best is Nothing,
Nothing.
Okay.
where he had 11%.
Yeah.
The other one that comes close is 8% in Upper East. So Mahama's best 3 regions,
Bono, I have.
when you compare this election to last election, is Bono 16% growth in votes, Ahafu 12%, and
Upper
then
East.
Upper
Nothing.
Nothing 11%. Now let's do the guess for Bawumia West 3.
Go on.
Now I'm asking you now.
No,
Just tell us.
Since you have the information,
Yes, tell us.
Let me tell us.
Because
Tell us.
Sky was doing some Eastern regions.
No, it's okay.
Forget
Tell
about
us.
Sky. Tell us.
No, just
Guy has repented.
No, I'm not repenting. As for that information, it is true. I will die on it any day. The people did not stand out for the man.
it's an
And I agree with you.
So let's repeat this.
I don't just tell us.
Comparing 2024, Mahama's best 3 performers for him were Bono, Ahafu, and Nothing.
Yeah.
16, 12, 11. It's not raw numbers, just percentage growth.
Yes.
Okay. Guess Bawumia's West decline.
Okay, tell me.
You see, wait.
So the person now decline.
Okay.
No, let's
get-
let me
let's
find
get-
the question.
Okay, I actually
So
wanted to do
I'm
something.
saying which is Bawumia's West decline from Akufo-Addo. So we are basically saying the variance. I'm doing a variance analysis. I'm
Yes.
saying Akufo-Addo had X votes. Bawumia had X votes. The variance in percentage using 2020 as the base. Which of them gave him the West? So quickly, his best was Northeast. He had a 10% growth in votes.
Okay,
We
that's
just saw
his
that.
place, yes.
Which 3 regions do you think Bawumia did West when it comes to variance?
Very nice.
Yes.
Maybe Greater Accra should be there.
Okay, that's Sky. Greater Accra. Who else?
I think Western should be there.
Western.
Ashanti
Perhaps-
should be there.
Yeah, Shanti.
No, this is Sky.
no.
So let me
Okay,
do
okay.
Vivian. So Sky, what's with Greater Accra, Western, and what?
Should I add? Maybe I should add Ashanti. I'm playing around Western and
You see,
Ashanti.
you are using popular views. Focus on the data.
No, yeah.
The first one should tell you that it's not popular view. Think about it.
Ashanti.
Okay.
Now, I'm saying this because these guys haven't looked at numbers as I have. So
these are
I'll
the-
pardon them. These are just your first time thoughts. Vivian, which 3?
Ashanti. Who will I give for
Ashanti.
the second one? Western
Western,
and then Eastern.
Eastern. Okay. Go for it. This one, they are putting you on the spot.
No, I won't answer. Give me that. Give me what you have there.
And
Tell
let's
me
be
what you
free.
have
This
there.
Guys say
exam.
Greater Accra, eh?
She exam.
Sky is correct.
Bless you.
Greater
Greater
Accra,
Accra, okay.
his decline was 46%. So it's not a stronghold issue. I told you that Greater Accra's population growth, they will make a decisive
Yeah.
difference. Bawumia's votes dropped from Akufo-Addo's 1.2 million to 681,000. That's a 46% decline. That's his West. What's the second West? Volta.
Volta.
He declined from 100K for Akufo-Addo to 56K.
56.
That's a 44% decline. His third
Western.
West,
Yes.
no, Central.
Central rather.
Central.
But it's a tie with Upper East.
Wow.
Sorry. You're right. It's Central, 38. Upper East and Western is 37. So Western is close. So his third West was Central. He dropped from 619 and 13K for Akufo-Addo to 382.
That's
So Central region, his decline was 38%. Western and Upper East are tied fourth. So you mentioned Western. You also mentioned Western, 37. And his declines are in the teens. So for example, Greater Accra, he declines 46. Volta, he declines 44. Central declines 38. Western and Upper East declines 37. Eastern, he declines 34%. Same as Bono.
Wow.
He declines Savannah 30%. Western North 29. Upper West 26. The only place he improved was Northeast 10%. Northern declines 10%. Whereas Mahama increases in Bono 16%, increases in Ahafo 12%, increases in Northern 11%, increases in Upper East 8%, increases in Ashanti 7%, increases in Western 6%, Central 4%, increases in Upper West 3%. The only place Mahama declines is Savannah, his own region. Wow. He declines by 7%.
wow.
And then he declines in Greater Accra by 5%, where we say the turnout issue. So even though he
Open the gap.
his decline in Greater Accra is 5%, and his decline in Volta is 4%. So if anybody
Bawumia,
can
how
say
much did it decline in Ashanti?
Mahama.
No, Bawumia.
Bawumia's decline in Ashanti, good question, is 24%. So it's not even an Ashanti question.
Yeah.
His decline in Greater Accra, Volta, and Central were the top three.
Are you joining me on my horse?
Not yet.
And you see,
He's
Not-
standing
not-
by the
not
horse
yet.
now. He's standing by the horse, ready to
By the
mount.
way,
Hold the reins.
this is on the base of 2020.
Yeah.
And this is also without 9 constituencies.
Yes.
So the 9 constituencies may change.
Change something.
But for this election, the region that can say we did the most for Mahama is Bono region. You remember I showed you the blue.
You've answered the question.
The blue 35 for Bono East.
the Bono is.
So-
And as you don't get
So
from
Bono-
Yes. So
Sekwa.
yes. So Bono and Ahafo are in the top 3 of Mahama's best performers.
And I'm
Let me tell you
saying-
something.
Bono-
Percentage
Bono
wise.
and
saying
Ahafo.
Yes.
Asia Dunketia is from Bono,
Yes.
right?
But yes, when she side time.
And the
Sekwa,
third
his village
one,
is
I don't
Sekwa.
see. Bono, Ahafo.
So
and what?
Mahama's wife is from Kranza. Asiedu Nketia is from Bono.
Sekwa.
Sami Jeffrey is from Bono.
Yes.
Ahafo is where Eric Opoku is from. So the Bono,
It showed up.
so the Bono percentage increase for Mahama, 16, and then Northern. So Ahafo is 12. Bono is, by the way, because it's such a strong place for them, it's also a 1% increase.
Yep.
So just maintain. Northern 11%. That's another story. Because Northern is where you can say Mahama is Savannah,
Yep.
Bawumia is Northeast.
Northeast,
So
yeah.
Northern is like where the playground is,
The
and
middle.
Mahama is gaining 11%, and Bawumia is losing 10% in the north.
See.
So this
Haruna
is
spent a lot of time there.
Time there. Because
so
basically there throughout.
so
Where the
I'm sure General Masudi will be
personalities
smiling.
come, you see,
Like,
where
this
the
is-
personalities come from matters.
it's,
And it's not just that. It's also the deployment of the resources, of the deployment of the personnel, and where they come from. I'm happy you mentioned where these persons are from. You remember the first time we did this, I spoke to you about the deployment of stars, and by stars I just mean
people who have crowd
people who
pulling.
have crowd pulling abilities. And if you look at the NDC on this campaign, look, yesterday I was talking to somebody from Hohoi, for instance. Says during the campaign, Lord Mahama came there twice.
Hohwe.
Hohoi.
Yeah.
Twice. We didn't even see a lot.
Esedu Ketia was there 3 times.
She came to open us.
Hohwe.
Yes. Mahama was there
You know why she
twice.
opened the
Maternity.
health
Are you
department,
serious?
The maternity.
Yeah,
ward.
No, listen to this.
Mahama was
Lordina
there
was in Hohwe twice.
twice.
Asini Ketia was there
3
thrice.
times.
Mahama was there twice.
Twice.
How many people are there?
Every MP in the Volta region
Was there?
had to pass through
To remove Amewu to
just
bring.
to get rid of Amewu. Now,
Wow.
in reverse, I asked, what about the NPP? Who came?
Volta Caucus basically said we don't want.
We don't
any-
want.
Yeah.
So I asked, said Bawumia passed through for 20 minutes to greet the chief.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes, and left.
Where are the other big boys?
Where are the other big boys? You understand? Now if you look
This
at
is serious. Oh.
Yeah.
the way,
So is it the candidate or the campaign?
you see,
You see,
no,
it
hold
is
on.
about the candidate the people, the massive factors within.
If Lordina
And where they find
and Stadium
themselves.
Ketia, Mahama, and Voter Caucus are going to
Voter
walk where?
Caucus.
Because it matters to them.
That's the 25 minutes there.
Why should it be? That's the question.
That's the
Akufo-Addo
question
could have gone
from
there.
the beginning.
And so
The vice
Samira could
presidential
have
candidate
gone.
could have gone there.
and I'm coming.
Napo could have gone.
Yes.
Let's reverse that. Now they had the NDC on their side had a lot of persons who had crossover effect in terms of campaign. They could campaign in different regions. I'll take it. I'll give it. Could one to me have campaigned in Accra? No.
No, nobody.
Nobody will mind
Nobody
him.
will mind him.
Could he have campaigned in the Volta region?
No.
Nobody will mind him.
Could he have campaigned in the Western region?
I'm not sure.
No.
Sure.
Central. His might is in one region.
Ashanti.
Ashanti.
He's the big boss there.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
Sami
Proper
Jemfi
campaign.
and Cassiel were in Ashanti.
Ashanti and
They were
other
in
places,
they were-
yeah.
and they cross over
all kinds of places.
into those spaces.
Yeah, you're right.
So MPP have names, but that they could not deploy Samir Oku the way they wanted to deploy.
Because he had to be with-
because Oku had to be with.
Sami Oku could have gone to some of these
He had
places.
to
you
be
are
with the
mentioning.
candidate at all
Bawumia,
points.
yeah.
So now you had Miracles being the face of the campaign everywhere,
Everywhere.
nationally. But Miracles, perhaps outside of the Eastern region,
Eastern region.
might,
He
even
doesn't
though
have
he's
the
visible
clout.
on
He's
TV,
not known.
Yeah.
it's not known on
And
the
the other
ground.
characters like Kwame Japan had to also be with.
With the
Yes.
candidates.
Now here
What
you
about
are.
Kennedy?
If you look at the roll call of the NDC deployed Bandi, Mustafa Bandi,
Who has some leaning to the Volta region? too.
deployed everybody there was to deploy.
You're right.
3, 4, 5, 6 times over. So they had a large pool.
They even did
to
the
select
work.
from. I'm not saying the NPP didn't deploy,
Sami Jemfi and his people
but they just didn't
work
have a wide
in
enough pool
Bantama.
to impact,
A
especially
month ago, I was shocked.
Yeah.
Bernard. And here's the worst part. So you have a small pool for a candidate who has not been able, who on the face of it now did not look to be nationally popular,
And they didn't get the support, you think?
with a running mate who had no impact outside of his own region.
But his wife was campaigning a lot.
In
Whose
the
wife?
Greater Accra
The
region.
running-
No,
The running
no,
mate.
no. You forgot
candidate-
Samira was
Samira.
campaigning.
Yes,
She did
yes,
almost.
that's
She did a
Yes.
lot of work among the girls, the women, and
Hold
things.
on. If you take Lordina's campaigning power,
But Lordina wasn't that visible.
who told you on this
She
campaign?
was on the ground.
Lordina.
She was just on the ground.
What
You
about?
know,
Okay, so
under
you haven't even mentioned Jane.
Jane.
You haven't even mentioned
who-
Jane
who was
in
doing a lot of
Central
retail
and all
campaigns.
these retail campaigns.
Yes, who was doing the retail campaigns as you have described it. So you put all these factors together. Now we look on with the numbers and the insights you've given us, and you look at it. This was a losing campaign.
So do you?
And
Are
it
you
was bound to
so
lose
are you saying
badly.
that? Are you saying they set him up for failure?
I'm saying that the NPP over the past few years did not prepare properly for this election, and in the end got caught out.
With all the commissioners.
That would those.
Those also help.
So let's leave it.
Mahama
So there are two
open
things here.
new
So the
things
issue
that
of
we still lost
whether
in
he was the wrong
2016
candidate,
election.
whether he was set up to fail, and I think we can leave that and debate it later because you see,
No, true.
from the points I've heard today, part of me is saying that he didn't get the support in his own party he should have gotten because he just gave me an example of how NDC
I was
campaigned.
Yes.
campaigning, yeah.
Clearly, MPP didn't have the same fight, but he had more money. They had
Yeah,
more
but it's not
airtime.
about money.
But they were on air.
It's
Everywhere.
about going to the people. If they are at the funeral, you are there with them. If they are doing outdooring, you are there with them. If they are doing free ceremony, they've gone to learn hairdressing and they want to graduate, you are there with them. Do you see what Egypt Kudoto has been doing?
Yeah.
The Volta region.
Volta region,
Every single weekend, he's in the Volta region. Every single day, he's there. Oh, I'm attending this funeral. I'm attending this graduation ceremony. Those things matter. Who did that for Bawumia?
But you see, the question is, so the question hasn't been resolved. Is he the wrong candidate or did this party set him up to fail? We are not
I
sure
think-
yet.
no.
The data is not clear.
You are not sure. I am sure.
Yeah.
Yes, speak for yourself.
On the facts.
On the facts of it, I think so. Look again.
So on the facts, he was the wrong candidate.
Hold on, I'll give my own Ablikuma West.
Because Kai says he
You
was
have
set
an
up to fail.
unpopular MP
Yes.
No, that was
who
not
is going to campaign for a candidate who is not that popular. How is he going to win?
And then you have Chenche.
And you have
who is so
Chenche.
comfortable.
Who is so
Other
comfortable? He's
now
campaigning
now
in
coming to
other
cost
places.
Another.
So you now see the problem you would have in Ablikuma West if we were to take that.
I get your point.
Because the MP is not very popular. You have the candidate who is not that popular. The MP cannot campaign for the candidate because she herself she can't enter places. I'll tell you something. The point Scar was making. So I think the one of the best tools campaigning tools Esla would have had would be George Bray, the MC.
Yeah.
Very personable young man.
Yeah.
He's visible.
We even call him on air and laugh at him sometimes.
George Bray shows up, he will talk to you
Yeah.
once.
Did he
But-
campaign for Islam?
Yes. But the point is, George Bray is the MCE. How much campaigning can he
Can
do?
you do, yeah.
I live 200 meters, and I made this point of time. I live 200 meters from one of Esler's main offices, Eslosu's main offices. Bernard, in the enclave that I lived in 12 years, nobody has seen Madam Eslosu before.
Wow. What did she get in that polling station?
She lost. And it's the first
The
time...
polling station that her office is.
Yes, and it is the first
One of her
time...
offices.
That is one of the offices. It is the first time that of the full... And I showed you the numbers. That the MPP
Has not won that
has
polling
not
station.
won in those enclaves. In fact, she lost so bad, and the police station on her mother's street, she lost.
Oh, Jesus.
So you see,
That is how bad.
But you haven't answered the
She
question.
lost.
He is saying that he thinks it was a wrong candidate. I'm saying when I listen to you carefully, part of you is saying he probably didn't get the help he should have gotten.
Yeah.
Part of you is also saying that maybe he was a wrong candidate, but we are not sure. So you are not sure what you are saying.
No, you see, the reason I don't believe that there is necessarily a wrong candidate. Yes, I don't believe that. Of course, I go with people who say that you cannot have a minority ticket and expect to win.
Yeah, I get it.
So you
need to balance it
You need to balance
strong.
it with a strong force from somewhere.
Okay, yeah.
So if you go with minority, you will lose the elections. But given where he is from and who was added to, you see, a lot of things just went wrong. Because look, I honestly, everything in me tells me that I don't think Bawumia ought to have gone for Matthew Opoku Prempeh. Brilliant as he is, solid as he is, workaholic as he is, and all the things he has going for him as a person, demanding that work be done. That aside.
He was to whip up the base.
Exactly.
Let's check the base. Ashanti.
You've checked
minus-
the base.
Bawumia lost 24%. Mahama gained 7%.
the base-
they didn't even care that the person coming from them will be the vice
The vice, yeah.
What is unusual?
Maybe they should make him the candidate.
No, which is unusual. The base didn't base.
See the opposite.
No, guys, let's be fair. When Mills started, you see, it takes time. Mills' first running mate was Martin Amidu
Yes.
in 2020.
They lost.
In 2000. Then he brought Kumbungu MP. They
Mumuni.
still lost. It was when he brought John that they won. Even that only just.
Yes, a number of factors came into play.
Well, yeah, but I'm not saying that.
Yeah, they won. Just
The
they
running
won.
mate point. This is the first time you had a running mate from a major ethnic group trying to whip a base. Usually, running mates are just complementary.
Yeah.
And that alone should tell that the candidate had a problem. Because if you need a running mate to shore up your base, do you get me? Usually, running mate has to paper over the cracks and work where you are weak.
Yeah, but you see.
But if your running mate is the one who's supposed to now bring up the full numbers,
But Bernard, look at it this way. Mills won the 2008 elections. Many people argue because of the likability beyond him of John Dramani Mahama.
Yeah.
Now do the reverse. Bawumia does not repel people largely because he's a likable guy. The middle class
Yes,
people
nice
like
character.
him, nice character.
The running
What
mates.
of the running mate?
but the point is that that's what I'm saying, that the calculation was for base. Because in the analysis,
Yeah, but the base
there
didn't
were,
show
there
up.
were-
They
there
whip up the
were, there were
base.
people who wanted more crossover people. For example, they think the education minister was that. But you see, for me, the question for the election is not about who the candidate is. The question for election is about what the people. The referendum on Akufo-Addo 8 years is that. Don't forget, I've told you that no president's second term vote like Akufo-Addo is the only president whose 2020 was worse than 2016.
Yeah, but
So the whole thing was about we are tired of
number of
Akufo-Addo.
factors
We don't want anything to do with
Yeah,
MPP.
anything to do
We are going back to
Bernard,
Mahama.
you
Yeah,
think
number of factors came into
hold
play.
on? You think any other candidate apart from Mahama represents the NDC and causes and gives this decisive kind of victory? Is that what you're saying?
I also think that because of Mahama's experience.
And mind you,
So there are a mix of things. See, don't forget that my theory is that in times of economic crisis, globally people want.
Try to
There have
test
been
it.
8 elections in the world, apart from India. Opposition parties have
Everybody
won,
else
and of those oppositions, we have Lula and Trump.
Yes.
So the wave is not just. It's not just a question of
almost national.
So I'm saying that when people are, don't forget 2022's
Right,
inflation, when people are in economic crisis, they want steady hands.
Yeah.
Okay? And Mahama, over the past 8 years, in his utterances about the IMF, even his analysis of when they should go to IMF, call a national forum, he said it a year ago. So my point is that when people are economically uncertain, old hands are appealing. So what MPP's calculation was is that, oh, Mahama dear, incompetent Mahama Dumson. No. People are like, you destroyed our economy. We want somebody who's a bit more, do you understand? So it's not like a fresh thing. So the Mahama victory was not necessarily, it's MPP repudiation, but also a desire for somebody who would believe has the experience, because he has only 4 years.
But who would take that view? Is it the middle class or the generality of
Sky, the most important issue in 5 polls was the economy and jobs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that if you are broke and you are looking for somebody to help fix an economy,
You look for
a steady hand, an experience, because he's going to hit the ground running. He's not basically. Look, Mahama doesn't need to use a year to figure out what to do. Do you understand? Because the guy has been vice president for 4 years and president for another 4.
Yeah.
It's like if I take you back on Eyewitness News next week, you are not now going to find out who do we call. You know what to do. When people are in an economic situation, they want somebody. So his experience, and I said he built a middle class coalition. All the people he was dealing with on this CSO people,
they're all middle class people.
They're so
The likes of Franklin Kujo went out for him big time.
Africa Education Watch.
Yes.
Africa Center for Energy Policy, Imani. These are influential middle class groups. The labor unions, even though they didn't say it, the labor unions are very upset with this government because when they had meetings with Akufo-Addo, they said he didn't solve their problem. Now, all those people, when Mahama met, they should have seen the body language. So I'm saying that you don't deconstruct an election by just one side.
Yeah, that's right.
So the candidate for MPP is challenging, running mate is challenging, people are angry, but the opposition candidate is an experienced politician who has also built a coalition.
Bernard.
So his base is ready to move.
Bernard.
So it's multivariate, it's not one.
You see, we have not considered the women bloc too in this election.
Okay.
If there was even one.
Oh, there was.
Because majority of Ghanaians happen to be women, right? They are more than men. Women are more than men in this country.
Yeah.
Could it be? Especially as they deployed strategically. First of all, they courted the women in the media.
Yeah. Shamima and Co.
Yes, they went out deliberately.
A lot of the women
to get female voices
a lot of the
into the space.
Yeah.
So Beatrice.
A lot of the women.
That's right. When they were doing it, they were laughing at them.
They even did an event with Odilia Ofori live on City where they had this whole media Angela Jamina Buaji thing.
Exactly. And in deploying Prof, they also had that strategy in mind. Getting closer to the market women.
She was always in
connecting with them. Those are the beaches.
Middle class women.
The question is, what happened?
But Samira was also doing market.
And she also did the media thing, which backfired.
Yes, but she tried. She tried. But you see, if you look at, between you and I, if you see Prof.
Prof. Jane is more, you are right. Prof. Jane will connect better with a typical Ghanaian market woman. She doesn't threaten you. She speaks softly. She will listen to you. So it's easier to so you're right. That also helped.
And let me add small bonus. I hear this trip, the gay girls, they didn't slack.
Charlie, they went out.
And
they were whipping their men.
No, but because gay, sometimes people. The rivalry, they didn't overemphasize it too much. Because if you do gay, you know why you need to sex. So I think they down because if you do the gay thing too much, so the gay thing, if you do it too much, people will
But I heard they didn't slack.
Underground.
The last one, they were not too bothered, but this one, they didn't slack.
But to be fair, gay has had the first of everything. CJ, Speaker Bamford was gay. Is Bamford gay?
Bamford, I have to check.
We have to check.
Because Attorney Generals, gay, like they've done. They will probably get the first president, who knows? First female president. So, we have...
She went to Holy Child.
Okay.
Bamford Holy Child.
Holy Child School.
Factor non-verbal. Interesting. So, my conclusion is that it's too early. I have identified at least 4 factors. The candidate and his vice, the economy, the opposition leader and his strategy, and his personality around him in his running mate, and the Asidum KTS of this world. And then the middle class moving to NDC.
The opposite didn't happen.
Yeah, so it's a lot of things. It's not just one reason. It's a lot of things.
All other things considered.
Yeah. Sky bringing other issues like religion. I think we need to test it again. The religion question is not being well tested. One is not good enough as a sample.
Because when you have a person like Sam George go out to say that the man is a religious prostitute, He doesn't know where he is.
Come out that much. Oh. It was the okay. Did the LGBT
Tell
thing,
it on the ground.
did the LGBT thing even?
It was a big matter. Oh.
We'll see,
But
we'll see.
unfortunately, the man is now saying that. Oh,
Yeah,
You
because
will look at
I don't know, Sky. It's
Gentlemen,
so we give the trophy to
Yeah.
Bono, Ahafo, and great. It was Bono, Ahafo, and Northern for Mahama. The 3 West for Bawumia, Greater Accra, Volta, and Central. So everybody contributed.
Oh yes, so I
Everybody
think
contributed.
it was a truly
Everybody contributed to this.
great team effort.
yeah.
From
The whole country said, "Enough is enough."
The NDC who did, I think they did the work of campaigning and politicking in this particular
Brutal.
election. I mean, because to turn, like I said in my introductory statements, to turn around Mahama post 2016,
Charlie,
and
from -2
to give him this kind of mandate,
It's deadly.
somebody did work.
Respect.
And then
Somebody
also
did
the
work.
Volta region.
Somebody
Yeah.
did work.
Come out the way they did, well in excess of what Jerry Rawlings even got.
I just showed you that that's not true.
Yes, you just showed it. You showed it.
Voter.
Yeah, Volta. You said that Mahama did better.
Yes,
Yeah.
until only Rollins did better though.
No, even when you.
No, Rollins.
No, Rollins there.
did better.
Well,
Rollins
well,
was-
Rollins there. Don't go there.
93.
Rollins there. Don't touch
Rollins assist 93.
Charlie Rollins there. It be serious though. If you even
Rollins
ask
assist
92,
the high
Rollins,
90s.
Charlie, Rollins.
Yeah,
Jerry Rollins is deadly. Rollins. Some people even think if you are running against Kufuor, may not have won. No, Vivian. Rollins was deadly. Oh. If you look at Rollins' numbers in 92, but even 96, Rollins was deadly.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much.
Always a
Great
pleasure.
spending 2
Yeah.
hours with you.
Have they finished with the collation though? They've stopped. Yeah.
We have parliamentary to do.
We have to go back.
So we have presidential, only 9 left.
9 left. Okay.
Parliamentary, probably about, we don't know, about 10.
Okay.
So we return on Monday.
Oh,
with
I want
more
to
on
come
situation.
tomorrow. Now I have
No,
my-
we are
no,
not
I
coming.
want to come
We are
tomorrow.
not coming
I
tomorrow.
want
You're on
to
your
come.
own.
I want to deliver
So
tomorrow.
we return on Monday,
On
and then
Parliament.
by then we would have seen
I
most
hope you
of
now
them.
get to this.
Now I'll come back.
Thank you very much, Bernard Abler,
Hey.
Sky, and Godfrey.
Always a
Wonderful.
pleasure, VK.
Yeah.
Earlier we had Umar Sanda joining us. My name is Vivian Kai Lokko. We'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.